Hey guys, sorry it's been a little while. I had a really nice guest over. We've been taking pictures like there's no tomorrow. I'll be having a video about portrait photography, all the stuff we've done coming up soon. And I have a couple of Planetarily Polite in the making. I'll be posting those very soon, I promise. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to talk to you about a second season of a show that I watched, Top of the Lake, which I absolutely fucking hated. In fact, spoiler alert, I won't have anything nice to say about that fucking thing, which upset me so much. Yesterday I binged it, that I was literally talking to myself around the apartment, arguing with myself. I wanted to jump on a mic and just get it all out. But I figured, let's sleep on it, let's walk the dog, let's have some coffee, and then we'll talk about it. To get it out of the way, one thing redeeming of the show is the superlative acting. The acting is above par. I have no blame to place on the acting. Every single role was cast perfectly. It was executed perfectly. It was better than most good shows out there. That said, what the fuck? Now, the first season of Top of the Lake, it's gloomy, it's depressing, it's slow burn, it's an interesting subject matter. Maybe not everybody's thing, but it's still within the realm of some very good slow burn New Zealand TV. And the second season, well, both of them are done by Jane Campion. I don't know what she's doing. I have no idea what she's becoming. The times when Jane Campion was the one to watch, her movie, Holy Smoke, is one of my favorite movies. I thought that was a really well done thing. Really weird, I really liked it. She did the best with the actors. A very young, sweaty Kate Winslet is, I think, one of the better roles she's ever done, when she still could let go, when she could still bring out originality before she became a Hollywood A-lister that looks and acts like everybody else. It was not a very well-rated movie, but it was a really unique film. That was in 1999. So, yeah. The premise of the new season of Top of the Lake, you have this weird, unfortunate policewoman. She has been, last time she was gang raped was 5 years ago. First time she was gang raped was 17 or 18 years ago. She has just the worst luck with men, or she's a magnet for the creepiest fucking people imaginable. She starts the series by trying to get married with a guy who's in prison for possession of marijuana after he's just been banging some teenager. And she puts on a wedding dress and she forces through the bars for the magister to wed them before, in the middle of the vows, she realizes what is happening. I have no idea who writes this shit. What is that? How is that even remotely realistic? I understand she probably tried to get married so she would have a legal upper hand, but that was so badly written, and it only goes downhill from there. Who is this woman? Why? She is a terrible person. I mean, no, she's not a bad person, but her life is a fucking mess. She is financially a mess. She is professionally a mess. She is mocked by her superiors. She is mocked by her colleagues. She is flirted upon all the time. There is a scene in which she is interrogating a suspect, and twice does her boss, in the middle of the interrogation, just call her out, interrupting her entire process, as if, you are not being polite enough, you're not being respectful enough. Could you let her do her job? He's a suspect. They don't know who murdered this poor girl, and for what reason, and she's just looking at people that might be related to the crime. She gets strangled and beaten, literally bitten on the nose. She is constantly pushed around. She is just, I don't know who writes this shit. And then, of course, there's the whole subject of motherhood. I have no idea whether Jane Campion hates her mother or her daughter, or she hates herself for failing as a mother to a girl. This series is a battle of the motherhoods. You have one terrible mother on one end, this poor policewoman with her messed up life. And on the other side, you have a non-biological mother who for 17 years raised in privilege and wealth and intellectual superiority. I think she's a professor or something. This retarded fucking teenager. And then she turned lesbian and she's now sleeping with her geriatric colleague who teaches French poetry or something like that. Whereas at the same time she's living with a much younger husband in the same household. I don't get that. What is that? Are you divorcing or you're not divorcing? Are you a parent or you're just... Is this a pet project to have a teenager being hysterical all the time? Kudos to really uglified Nicole Kidman, who usually goes for the very pretty look, but here she is old and ugly, and it's a really well done role. She could not be more appalling as a self-obsessed, self-oriented mother that any teenager would hate. Women are well done. Men on the other side are just two-dimensional, just cliché upon cliché. Except for the villain, the pimp. He is as disgusting a nightmarish boyfriend to a teenage daughter as you can possibly ever imagine it. Like, she clicked every box for a disgusting, drug-addicted, unemployed, exploiting pimp who beats women and humiliates them, pretending he's doing them a favor. Just... he convinces it's beneficial for her growth, the little girl, that she sucks dick for $50 of people under the highway after he's beaten her, to prove that it's never going to be as bad as that. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I feel really bad for Gwendoline Christie. She did the best she could with the material of playing this simpleton cop. Her trousers are too short to reach her socks. She is towering as she always is. She is mocked. She is dumb. She's dumbed down. She's constantly told she's slowing down the process. She's always says the wrong thing, and she cries in every fucking scene. She cries during the autopsy, she cries during the interview, she cries when they're on the field, she cries all the time. She claims it's the hormones because she's expecting a baby, but she smokes, she drinks, she fools around. Her boyfriend is a married man who's still with his wife, which also happens to be the boss of the people involved. And in the end, of course, she fucking dies or is put into a coma because she can't even draw her weapon when she's being shot at. In a gentle small town of Sydney, population 5 million, the entire plot will revolve interconnected by the same 5 or 6 people, starting with murder and ending with an international smuggling/extortion ring of surrogate mothers from Thailand. They find a body of a young, surrogate pregnant Thai girl in a suitcase in the ocean. She belongs to a legalized brothel ran by this old lady and an old man, and the whole place belongs to a guy called Puss. Yeah, I kid you not. His name is Puss, and that's exactly what he is. And he's 10 times the worse for thinking that he's the good guy, that he's above the law, above society, above the norm, liberating the whores and poor villagers by stealing babies from desperate people. This is dissimilar. It was a pedophile ring in a previous season. This is a surrogate ring. He kidnaps the fetuses and he drives one of the girls to suicide. What kind of a woman will kill herself by hanging herself at 3 months pregnant or 4 months pregnant? I do not know, but that is the writing for you. One more character to spew bile at, and that is the character of the daughter. I have no fucking idea what that is supposed to be. That is the worst human being I have ever seen. That fucking kid has not thought about anything about her spoiled twat for the entirety of her life. Every time she doesn't get what she wants, she goes for every teenage bullshit cliche imaginable. Self-mutilation, emotional extortion, I'm gonna run away and become a prostitute bullshit. Every single thing she does is about her and only about her. She listens to no one. She even tells no one what is going on, which results in deaths of innocent people. She comes home with blood of a taxi driver as if it's nothing. She doesn't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk to you about it. You'll just get hysterical. You caused death of an innocent man who probably has a family, and you don't even blink. All you care about is how to get on top of an argument you have with your mummy. She could have gone with them. She could have seen where they're going. She could have called her biological mother, who is a police officer, and helped the people get their children back. But no. We're gonna throw another hissy fit. We're gonna throw some plastic bottles and then we're gonna run away, hide in our bed and be caressed gently and little by the people who are so desperately fighting for you to acknowledge that they care for you. You fucking loser twat. She chooses a boyfriend who has a sadistic attitude towards whores, whom she considers to be less than human because they're poor, because they're brown. He says, I am helping them. I am beating them so they would understand life, and I'm teaching them how to say blowjob properly so they'll get better deals. And then she's shocked. Oh, I was almost attacked. I had to suck dick by an old guy who wouldn't pay me and yelled at me, and then my breath was smelly. What the fuck are you doing? You wanted to be an underpassage whore at the age of 18 because you hated how elegant and sophisticated your mother tried to be and failed because she was a self-medicated mess. Yes, Jane Campion's writing. I don't know whether she is a self-medicated mess, but this was terrible. This was terrible. I kept thinking there must be an episode 7 because this can't be the end. This can't be how it ends. What's the point? Why did I just waste a day of my life watching? In the end, guys, I don't know what to tell you. If you have a day to waste, watch this. Marvel at how ridiculous it is. How badly it's written. What issues must be going through the head of the people who made this to create such a fucked up show. You can watch Elisabeth Moss performing extremely well, who doesn't even seem to know what the fuck is happening most of the time, and can she please go back to the filming of Handmaid's Tale. The guy who plays Puss, David Dencik, he is awesomely horrible. He's so good at being garbage. The little girls who play the Thai prostitutes, they're really, really well done. I know they're probably naturals, but that is exactly how actually Thai women are like. I met many of them and they're just adorable. Alice Englert, who plays Mary, or Baby, how she prefers to be called, she's amazing at being foul and, well, like I said, Gwendoline Christie is just... I don't know what that role is supposed to be. I have no idea. I know that these people who were given these roles, and I don't know the money they were paid, but they really did a good job, and it could only make it worse. Because the writing material is so incredibly bad, so illogical, so terrible, such bad message all across the board. I don't know. I guess you should try and watch it and make up your mind. It will be a little while before I watch anything by Jane Campion ever again. Any new stuff she does, I will steer clear. Maybe I'll go watch Holy Smoke now because I miss the quality of her work in the old days, but it will take a couple of iced coffees to wash the terrible taste from my mouth from watching this mess yesterday night. Okay, thanks for listening. This was it for now. Please subscribe if you like my content. I promise I'll be more consistent. I promise I'm gonna do more fun stuff. I won't be criticizing all along. I have some fun stuff coming up, so please subscribe, check out my previous videos, and hit that like button. And I promise to catch you very soon. Okay, kiss kiss.